Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I just wanted to do a quick video with my Stretch Tarot by J.E. Stretch. I got this in the UK. It's to get this deck, it's stretchtarot.com. I did the same past life spread that Nina from Shuffle Tarot did 2 years ago. I talked about it in the video I did last night. And I decided to, I've been wanting to do that same past life spread with this deck forever because it's the same deck she used. And OMG, I'm going to show you guys what came of it. So I'm just going to get right into it because this is crazy. This was nuts. And I actually used the Stretch Tarot, and then I had, this is the backs, and then I have this deck I got off of Make Playing Cards called the Victorian Oracle. Worked fantastic with that deck. And then I have my knockoff version of my Past Life Spread deck, our Past Life Oracle deck that I used. And it was fantastic together. So excited. I was getting hits immediately. Yeah, and just let you know, I'm going to just walk through and show you what I got through my past life spread. And then if you have any other comments, questions, concerns on it, don't hesitate to comment below. But this was fantastic. So she did a past life spread that she uses quite often. And again, her video was from 2 years ago. So she may still use the same past life spread. I don't know. But she found it in one of Aleister Crowley's books, I think. So we'll just get into it. It's 10 questions. And I used the Stretch Tarot for those 10 questions. And then I did these two for follow-up. So for the first question, I got, who was I in a past life? And I got the Tower card. And I talked about this last night when I did my walkthrough of this deck, that these two have no faces. And I was worried that I would see it only as a Tower card, because I got kind of an epiphany moment last night with that going on. But as soon as I saw the card today, and I had done a little bit of meditation before I did this spread, and I asked my guides to help me figure it out. So as soon as I flipped this over, I saw her, and I saw her almost like she's reading, it looks like, but it's almost like she's reading to the student. She's like this teacher, this school marm, maybe like a, what do you call it? Like a teacher at an orphanage somehow. And that could be the orphanage in the background. But that I was really getting a teacher out of it. School marm, teacher, stuff like that, out of that. So I thought that was very interesting because I always have this I'm always in like teacher mode in this life, but I don't like to teach people things. It's weird. I just wrote on there, getting a feeling of a school marm, teacher, lover of knowledge. And I am a lover of knowledge, so that may have carried over from this lifetime. So that's pretty interesting. So for the second question, I got, where did you live? And I got the Six of Swords. I just blanked on that. But, and I wrote a feeling of Boston area, somewhere that gets a lot of snow in winter. And it could be anywhere that gets a lot of snow in winter. But for some reason, the second I saw this, I thought of Boston. And I could totally see this in like 1700s, this little school marm, leading a very simple life is what I was getting from it, in this town. So yeah, that's what I got from that. Then for question 3, I got, was I happy? And I got the Lover's card. So I feel like she was happy on some level. She was happy in her life, maybe not her romantic life, as you will see coming up, but I was getting that she was very fulfilled in what she did for a living, and it's very different than my life now. Like, I'm happy on the home front and the romantic part of it, but I've never really been happy on the work front. So I found that interesting as well. And I put the lovers getting a feeling of contentment. She was content in her life, in this life, but and I love that that's the Lovers card, because to me, there's a total feeling of contentment there. And then I got for who was my soulmate, the Ten of Swords, which this card is stalking me this year already. But I really got, it says, feel as if it is the same energy as this life, but he's a very different person. I feel like I got a sense of heartbreak over and over and over, repeated heartbreak over and over and over, because she just couldn't quit this person because they were her soulmate. And she couldn't quit them, but she continued to let them break her heart over and over and over. And I just found that fascinating. But because as soon as I flipped it over, I felt the same. I felt like it was my husband now. Although he's very different in this lifetime. So let me pull out. I'm just going to leave that one there. So for the next one is it the same soulmate from this life? And I got the Nine of Pentacles. And these two together, as soon as I saw them together, I'm like, yeah, it's the exact same person. I knew the energy of the cards were the same person. Except in this life, he was very much self-centered, very much all about him. He didn't really care much about others' feelings. And in this life, he's doing everything he can to make me happy. And I guarantee you it's the same person. And I did put that on this card. Is it the same soulmate from this life? I said yes, but in this life he does everything he can to make me happy. So I feel like it's hilarious that I find it interesting that I get the same energy, like it is the same person, but he was a very different personality, very different character in that last life. And I just found that fascinating. Really fascinating. And yeah, as soon as I started flipping these cards over, it was like boom, 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 boom. And I was worried that I would see it as just the tarot deck, but I'm not. And that's why I got this deck. I knew this would be the deck to work with past life stuff. Question 6, did I have children? And I got the Five of Swords. And initially I was getting, again, this strong feeling that I was a pseudo-mother to many students, or maybe some in a psych ward, like kids that have emotional issues. She was like a pseudo-mother to them, but I did get the feeling of boys in this, so maybe it was a boys' home, or she did, in fact, have a couple boys on her own, and that if that's the case, then that actually fits with my current life. I have boys now, 2 boys now, and I kind of look like that on occasion because they drive me crazy. So I found that very interesting. But again, throughout the whole reading, I was still not getting the vibe that she physically had children of her own, that she may have adopted some, or she was just like a teacher that took care of some of the students, something like that. And again, I was getting an orphanage or even a psych ward feeling from this card. Okay, 7. What did I do for a living? And I got, as soon as I saw this card when I was doing my walkthrough, I said, see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. But again, I was getting this teacher vibe. Like she's teaching, she's reprimanding these students, here is what I was getting the feeling of. She was reprimanding them or teaching them how to be kind and considerate, and not be mean and nasty to other people. And I was getting a very charm school teacher vibe from this as well. So maybe she did charm school as well. So that was interesting. 90% of these cards, I got a teacher vibe from them all. Which was very interesting. And then the 8, how did I die? And as soon as I saw this King of Cups, I just kept hearing, I literally was hearing someone saying, you were a casualty of war. And I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy that I was casualty of war. So maybe I was caught in the crossfire of some fight or actually part of the war. But that was interesting as well. This whole spread was like, what? So then 9, what was my life lesson? And I got the Hierophant. And again, I got the teacher vibe. It says, but maybe my lesson was to learn as I taught. So I may not have taken in all that I was teaching for myself either, which makes a lot of sense considering I don't do that in this life either. I can give great advice, but I don't take it very well. So that was very interesting. And then card 10, what do I need to learn in this life? 9 of Cups. And my jaw hit the floor because the keyword is contentment. And I was feeling prior to this card that in this life, she was very content in her lot in life. She had a very simple role in life, and she was very content with that. And then in this life, I'm not very content. I'm always looking for something more, something that I know I can feel it in my body. There's something more for me. And I thought my jaw almost hit the floor when it was like, yeah, you need to learn contentment in this life. Learn to appreciate what you have. And I found that very interesting that there's the polarities between them and the similarities. It was crazy. And then for the extra cards, I drew for questions 1, 4, 6 from this deck. For more information, the first card was, who was I in past life? And I got mother. I got mother again, but I'm still not feeling as if I'm the one that actually gave birth. I'm feeling that there was an adoption or took care of orphan kids. And that's what I was getting. That still, like, she's like the queen of the orphanage or something, the head mistress or something of the orphanage, which I found very interesting. And then question 4, who is my soulmate? Duality. And I thought that was intriguing because there was this immediate duality between who he was in that life and who he is in this life. And it looks like the same person here. And I found that very interesting because, again, it confirmed I am dealing with the same soulmate I had in that life. And I feel like soulmates carry over. You're never going to have a different soulmate than what you have. They carry with you every lifetime. And I found that interesting. So then question 6, did I have children? And I got celebration. And again, I'm getting this orphanage, lots of kids, way too many for her to have actually had. So I feel like her kids were the charges she took care of. And she celebrated that. And then these were just random 3 cards I pulled to see what would go with it. And the first one was the High Priestess. Again, there's this element of learning and teaching there. And then I got Karmic Lessons and Blessing. And I'm like, seriously? And again, it's the teaching and learning vibe. There's a give and take there. And maybe she didn't do so much as taking the lessons as she did teaching them in that life. And then the last one was Karmic Relationship. And I'm like, seriously? It says, of course it would come up. This is about my soulmate that I'm pretty sure I carry with me in each lifetime. And my relationship I have with my husband, that, I knew from the moment I met him, he was the person I was supposed to be with. And it's like my soul recognized his. And I found that very interesting, even back then when I didn't have this, my spiritual journey I'm on. So I found that very, very interesting that all of those cards coincided together. I am digging this deck so hard right now, crushing really hard on it right now. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know in the comments below. That was very interesting and very eye-opening, and it gave me a lot more insight into my husband. believe it or not. So yeah, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. You want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And you guys have a good night.